Well, hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee and I'm so glad you're here with me. We're going to be doing more TV dinners. I have got people screaming from they loved the last ones that I made and they're begging me for more. So here we go. We got to make more. We're going to make some real nice ones. I got chicken on sale. You know, I always buy the leg quarters and I get them on sale. Well, I got the quarters all cleaned and split, and we're going to make barbecued chicken. We're going to do some legs and thighs that are barbecued. We're going to do a baked chicken, and I'm going to show you a really nice chicken seasoning blend for baked chicken. And we're going to do stuffed chicken thighs, and we're going to stuff them with cream cheese and spinach. Oh, it's divine. You'll see how we put that together. And then once we get everything done, we're also going to make our, I'm not going to do mashed potatoes in these ones. We're going to make homemade yellow rice. So you'll see that done as well. So without any further ado, friends, I need to get these done. So let's get busy. Okay, friends, the first thing we're going to do is get all our meats cooking. So we're going to start with our baked chicken. And I've got a really nice seasoning blend recipe that I will include with this video. It's wonderful. I use this all the time for my baked chicken, and I love it. So let me take my lids off here. Okay, so first off, we're going to do, and look at what I got. These were a gift. Let me hold it. Look at the rooster on there. Aren't those beautiful? I got measuring cups and measuring spoons. Thank you for those. We're going to use 2 tablespoons of paprika. And we're going to use 2 tablespoons of onion powder. And this just, you can store this in a spice jar. You don't have to use it all. I'm making quite a bit of chicken. We're going to use 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. And we're going to do 2 teaspoons of salt. And 1 teaspoon of pepper. Now we're just going to mix that up. I'm just going to use a fork and mix this all up really good. This is wonderful for baked chicken. This way I can take my fork and get rid of the little lumps from my paprika. Okay. Okay, I put that in a bigger dish because I also want to put, this isn't in my little recipe, but I want to put a couple tablespoons of parsley in there. Okay, we'll get that all mixed up. Perfect. How nice that is. That's perfect for your baked chicken. So what I got left over, I'm going to go ahead and just put back in my container for my seasoning blend for my baked chicken, and all's good. All right, so we got that. Now, I bought chicken leg quarters yesterday. They were on sale for $1.49 a pound. So all this chicken in this meals today are only costing me $14.90 because I bought 10 pounds. Okay. These were leg quarters, and of course I took I want to oil that. Just a minute. I took, it'll stay still. Okay. I took the quarter bone out, so all I'd have left is a beautiful thigh. Okay? So I'm just going to lay those down there. Okay, and here goes our chicken legs. And I'm going to put a leg and a thigh in each TV dinner. Okay, all right. We're going to set our oven. I like to bake this at 400. Okay, all right, so now I am going to drizzle this with just a little bit of olive oil. I know I already got it on the paper. And I'm just going to generously sprinkle this chicken with this beautiful seasoning blend. It's wonderful stuff. And if you are watching your salt, just leave the salt out. Perfect. See how nice that is? All right, we're going to put this in the oven. We're going to put it on one side because it can sit in there while the oven preheats. It isn't going to hurt a thing. Okay, we're going to pour the rest of this right in my little jar. Perfect. All right, that's nice looking. Okay, so now I'm going to do barbecue chicken. I'm just going to do a real easy recipe. And like with all of them, we'll put that in the description box below. With this recipe, all you need is 1 cup of any kind of barbecue sauce you want. There we go. Any kind. I'm using a bullseye. Okay. And then we're going to do 1/4 cup of honey. Beautiful. We're also going to do 1 tablespoon of our minced garlic, and I'm just using a jar of minced garlic. I find it easy. Okay, that goes in there. And then we're going to do a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Beautiful. And that's all there is to it. We're going to give that a good stir. It smells wonderful. All right, we can set that aside. Now, this can go on there. Get rid of that. Okay, so now we're going to do our other thighs. We're going to do legs and thighs on this as well. I keep forgetting to drizzle that. Oh well. We got it. And there's a little bitty piece in there. And then we're going to do these thighs, or legs. few of them here. I'm just going to put them all on here as best I can fit. One left and it can go right there. Okay, so with that, we're going to salt and pepper our chicken. Only one side. I'm not going to flip it over and do the other side. Just one side. Make sure I got all of them peppered. All right. So now with that, we are just going to brush this on. We're not going to use all of it because we're going to wait till these are just about done or done. And then we'll brush the remainder on there and put them back in the oven for a little bit longer. About 10 minutes longer. This is almost like a sticky barbecue sauce. This is going to be wonderful. Okay, friends, this is going to go in the oven just the way it is. Okay, friends, the next one we're going to do is our stuffed chicken thighs. Now, you can do this with chicken breast too, by all means. I'm going to do it with chicken thighs. And the reason why I'm doing it with chicken thighs is because that's what was on sale. And we also love dark chicken. And so do my friends that some of these are going to. Okay, we got our cream cheese in there. I got a big bunch of spinach right here. And I'm just going to start chopping it. Our oven just reached temperature, and that chicken's going to cook for about 45 minutes. It won't take long because it's not very big pieces. We're going to chop this up real good. All right, we're going to put it right in there. Okay, I just set that aside just in case we need more spinach. So we're going to do a little bit of salt in here, or pepper, and a little bit of salt. And we're going to do a little pinch of garlic. And that's it. Now we're just going to get this all blended together. See how that's looking? Beautiful. My friends are going to love this. Okay. What I've got here is my boneless chicken thighs. Okay? So we're going to put a little bit of that right in there. And we're just going to roll this right up and stuff it in there. Just like so. And then I've got a nice couple toothpicks here. We're just going to put them in. There. And we're just going to set these right in our little pan. Just like so. Okay? I'm going to do 6 of these. And just roll it up beautifully. And just secure it with toothpicks. All right. And the toothpicks need to be facing up when you set them in the pan. That's how easy that is to do. There. It really is quite easy to do. And there we go. Let me wash my hands. Okay, friends. These are going in the oven. And then we're going to check on these. I always want to make sure the temperature is at 165. I don't want them to be dried out, but I definitely want them done. That one's done. These are done. Okay. So these are done. So these can just sit aside and cool off. I'll set them right on the oven. Why don't we try this again, friends? We need to put just a little bit of salt and pepper on here. Don't you hate when you forget that? Just a little bit. Because you got all your seasoning and filling inside. All right. Okay, friends, we're going to do some real easy roasted onions. But I'm going to leave most of these peels right on. I'm going to take my dish and I'm going to put a little olive oil in my dish. And these are going to sit right down in there. Now, the skin that slips off is coming off, but the rest is staying on. And I'm just going to set them right on there. These are the onions I grew in my garden, and I love them. And so do the people that I'm making my TV dinners for. That's why I'm doing roasted onions, because they love them. Let's see. I want this piece to come off here. Well, maybe not. It's going to stay. I'm going to do a couple of red ones. All that's off. Okay. Oh, that can come off there. Okay. There we go. They're lined up in there beautifully. Let me get rid of this. This can go to my chickens. this counter down real quick. All right. Okay, so now I'm gonna drizzle these with olive oil. I'm going to do a little salt and pepper on them, just a little bit. But what I'm going to do is, because I'm making the baked chicken, I'm going to use a little bit of this seasoning on these onions, just to give them a hint of that flavor. And they'll be wonderful. There we go. We're also going to dot these tops with some butter. And it'll melt down in there, and oh my goodness, it'll caramelize that onion, and these will be wonderful. Okay? These are going in the oven uncovered. And those are going to cook for about an hour to an hour and a half. Now, our baked chicken is done. Once that pan is cool enough to touch, I'm going to take that out to my sun porch where it's only 40 degrees. Like a refrigerator. The barbecue, we're going to test that in just a minute. We got the stuffed chicken in there. That's all going to take about 45 minutes. And then the onions are going to take the longest. But we're also going to make some homemade yellow rice as a side instead of the mashed potatoes. So this time, I'm just going to mix it up a little bit. All right, friends, let's go ahead and check this barbecued chicken. Okay, this is done. So what we're going to do is we're going to slather it with more of this. We're going to use the rest of this sauce on here. We want to get just a little bit of char going on here. So what I could do is I'd have to remove the other chicken and put the broiler on, or I could just put it back in there a little bit. I want to use all this up, so. And that little itty bitty piece there, that's for us to taste test. All right. This is going back in the oven for about 10 minutes. Not too long. Okay, friends. We're going to make a homemade yellow rice. And this stuff is wonderful because this is what we're going to use in our TV dinners. I think it'll pair well with the stuffed chicken and the baked chicken and the barbecued chicken. So we're going to turn this burner on. We're going to melt this butter. And I know my handle's facing out, but I don't want this to be in the way. Now, I've got the recipe for this. I'm going to be making mine a little bit different than the recipe because I am using already seasoned onion rice. So I'll go ahead and I'll list the recipe in the description box. Not the way I'm making it. The only difference is onion powder and minced onion. I'm not going to be putting that in there. That's already in my rice. Okay. All right, I've got 2 cups of rice. Mine is seasoned, my homemade seasoned rice, okay? We're just going to mix that around in here because we want that butter to melt, but we want to brown this. Okay? So we're just going to let that melt, let that butter melt the rest of the way, and let that cook and brown up a little bit. And this is so easy to put together, friends. Easy, easy. Let's see how that's starting to brown up real nice. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my 2 teaspoons of turmeric in here. We're going to get that all mixed up in here. That's what gives it that beautiful yellow color. Okay. Gorgeous. All right. Now I am going to put a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper in here. Okay. Now I'm going to start pouring my 4 cups of chicken broth in here. Get all out of there. That's going to be wonderful. Now we're going to let this come back to a boil. Now when you make this, friends, you can absolutely cut up some onions and cut up fresh garlic to put in here. Perfectly fine. I am just using up my seasoned rice, my onion rice that I had made and in my pantry. So I'm just using what I have on hand, and it's going to work wonderful. So we're going to let that, I'm going to put a lid on that. I'm going to let that come to a boil. Okay, friends, you see that's boiling. We're going to give that a little stir. And we're going to turn that down to the lowest setting you have on your stove. We're going to cover it, and we're going to let this sit just like that on that low setting for about 20 to 25 minutes. And when that's done, I'll be back and we'll get our TV dinners put together. Okay, friends. Just take a look at that beautiful rice. That turned out wonderful. We're going to give that a little taste. And see how it is. That is perfect. Perfectly seasoned. That's wonderful. Okay, we're just going to set that on the back of the stove. Let that cool off a little. And I'm going to get all my trays and everything ready for to put our TV dinners together. Okay, friends, we are going to start putting these together. So I'm going to do all the meats in here. I'm going to do a leg and a thigh in each one of these. Now I'm going to do a leg. I'm going to do 2 legs. I know these are very small. And look at the size of that itty bitty thigh. I'm sticking that right in there. Okay. And I'm also going to start with that barbecue chicken is wonderful. We're going to do a leg and a thigh in each one. I don't want that schmutz on there. This is so nice to put together and have in your freezer. Okay, now I'll be putting more of them together too. But I only got so much room on here. Now I'm going to do, because these thighs are so small, I'm going to do 2 thighs per tray. Okay? And I'm also going to put some of the runoff in there. There we go. We don't want the toothpick in there. Make sure you take those out. I got another one in here. Oh, it goes there. All right. I'm going to turn that one around. That's how I work with it. Okay, so I got a little of this filling left. So we're going to put that right in there. That'll be good. All right, that's done. With these onions, I am just going to, because when you cook them with the skin on, it really is a good thing because it makes, it helps them to hold together. Okay, so we're going to put an onion right in there. We're going to just nestle them right on in. See that? And that onion will come right out of there. And look at how nice. We're going to nestle that right in there. That one won't get one, but that one will. And we're going to do another red one here. These are gorgeous. The skin comes right off in them. And we're just going to nestle it right in there. Actually, no, I want them in the baked chicken. So that goes there. That goes there. Okay, now I can put a couple of them. Just peel that skin off and that onion comes right out. We'll put one back in there. These are wonderful. Let's see. We'll put that one in there. A lot of my friends love the roasted onions. We'll put that one right there. All right, that's good for our roasted onions. And they do look nice that way. Okay, so now I'm going to take and I'm going to scoop out rice. A nice big scoop of rice. This is so fun to put together and so nice to have in your freezer for busy nights. Wonderful. Okay, now I'm going to do just a little bit extra on these. I love putting TV dinners together. I love having them in my freezer too. But these ones, most of these ones will be going to others in my community. So I want to have enough, you know, it might look like there's a whole lot. People say, oh, there's enough there to feed 3 people. Well, they'll have a dinner, and then they'll have, you know, enough for lunch. Or if it's a couple, they can share it. You know, that's perfect. All right, so now I decided with these, I am going to do mixed, like a stir-fry veggies. I got to cut that. Look at how nice those look. And how, you know, it didn't take that long to put this together. Not at all. Well, you know what? I am just going to have to just dump a few in there because we don't want the bean plant in there. There's another chunk of bean plant. All right. Put that in there. I don't want it all slopped up. There's got to be an easier way of doing this. And there is. My hands are clean, so it's okay. There we go. There. Maybe this will be a little easier. I'll put some of these in here. I might have to break these in half, and that's okay. I want them to fit in there. There we go. Works perfect. Okay. These look beautiful, friends. We're going to put a couple little smaller chunks of broccoli in here. Okay. I'm going to do one more of that. And then I'm going to do some corn in the last few. So they have a variety. Okay. I was hoping to get the rest of that little bit in there. There we go. I don't want it in your rice. All right, that looks good. Those look wonderful, friends, don't they? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of butter here, and we're just going to put a dot of butter on their veggies. Just lay that right there. Just like the equivalent to a pat of butter. Right on the veggies. So there. And the last one, beautiful. Nothing more needed in them. These are some beautiful meals. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to seal this. Maybe. There we go. And look how nice it holds it. Beautiful. I'll tell you what, every time I make TV dinners, it makes me think, if you live in Michigan and you know elderly people, you know what I'm talking when I say Meals on Wheels, which is an absolute wonderful program. But they mass produce it. And, you know, I make these homemade, and you just can't beat homemade. They're going to love those roasted onions, too. Those are wonderful. I'll leave that like that. And that's a nice meal. That will probably give you, look at the onion in there. Nice roasted onion. That will definitely give you a nice meal and lunch. These containers are microwave safe and dishwasher safe, and they are nice. But if I have any of these in my freezer and we use them, I don't use the microwave for these. I take mine out of the container, and because it's not oven safe, and I put them on a pie plate. I've got lots and lots of pie plates. I miscounted. And I put them on a pie plate, and I heat them in the oven at 350 until they're heated through. And it turns out wonderful. Okay, there's all our TV dinners. These turned out wonderful. And it took, you know, just a few hours to put together. We cooked all our meats first, and then we made our rice. And of course, your veggies are right out of the freezer. Beautiful. Everything's homemade, and it smells divine in my kitchen. But my friends who get these, they're gonna love them. Anyway, I will put all the recipes to what I have in the description box below for you, so you can try these. Put these in your freezer, friends. This is, we did 12. Let's see, I've got enough for more too. 16. I got 16 TV dinners, and most of these dinners will be enough for a dinner and a lunch, or to feed 2 people. I got 16 of them. And let's see, my chicken was only $14.90 for my chicken. And the rice I had on hand, my vegetables, I always get my veggies on sale. We used 1 bag, that's $1. We used probably 50 cents worth of corn. You know, so we got 20, let's see, 12, 13, 17 TV dinners for under $20. You can't beat it, friends. And it's all homemade. Make sure you start stocking your freezer, friends. And you know what? When it is so cold outside, make sure you check your elderly neighbors. You can have some of these. They're very cheap to put together, and it means the world to somebody who's cold and hungry. You all have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video, friends. I need to go deliver these. And as always, thanks for watching.